You know what? Heck with it. We're going to put this engine in. I got the spare engines out of the way, sitting off to the side. The Buick is ready to get uncovered. Let's get this thing installed.
Shut up and sit down.
Damn it, I forgot to shut. Now I've got the heads off, just protecting it a little bit with a rag. And I can actually see cross-hatching in there, which is pretty cool. You can see the detail there. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. You can still see some of that factory crosshatch. Alright, now we've got the oil pan off and made a kind of disappointing discovery. This is such an old Series 3 3800, being that it came out really early in 2003 when they were first releasing the 2004 Grand Prix models, that it actually still has the old cast connecting rods. So, not the powdered metal ones like you can see here. Now I've got the pan off of the old engine, and you can see all of the sprinkles left behind. This whole row is not glare, that is bearing material. So if you look up in here, you can see the difference between the L32 rods, which are smooth along the side of the I-beam there, versus the L67 style, which you can see the casting and the little bit of machining they do to them. So that's how I know this is a pretty old L32, where it just had the top end that was new, but the bottom end was still L67. Not a big deal, we're going to send it anyway. And worst case scenario, this thing gives up a ghost before we get to the 10s, and we'll just prep that thing and toss it in for a little bit of fun until we go through and put a whole forged bottom end in this thing next year, if necessary. So backup plans on backup plans, but bad grandpa's going fast no matter what we do. You can build the Series 2 or 3 3800 supercharged engines basically the same, slight difference, but for what we're doing, we should be alright. I'm not real worried about it. Almost done getting the engine together. Got the heads on, got the front cover on, the cams in. Bad Grandpa's engine is just about ready, and it's time to get the cover off the car. One problem, the lifters did not make it out of this engine that spun the bearing cleanly. So I'm going to have to order a fresh set of lifters. It's a pretty bad shame. I had some nice Morel lifters. They only come in LS style sets of 16. So I have 4 new ones that haven't seen an engine yet. But these 12, only probably these 2 to 4 felt like they weren't carrying some grit inside them. But basically, I'm probably going to have to set these aside. Maybe I'll send them back for a rebuild. But I don't want to put stock lifters in there, because these are some decently low mile stockers, but we don't want that valve float from the lifters pumping up. So, seen that before in the dyno curve from that engine back when it had the regular size blower on it, XP cam, and it was fluttering above 5600. So, if we're going to be revving this thing out to 63, 6500 or so, we want it performing well. So the lifters are getting ready to get ordered. Until then, we can drop the engine in there, because we can put the intake manifold on after. Get this done, That way we can start driving Bad Grandpa again. There's a few fall events coming up I'd like to go to, and I want to get it in there. So I'm going to put this video out now so everybody can check it out. Then I will get the video of the engine going in and actually getting the start up. The tune should be fine. Same cam was able to go in there. The bearings weren't hurt on it, and the lifters didn't look like they were scratching anything. So I threw some Molly lube on the cam. There you can see it kind of down the lifter bores. But I'm going to drizzle a little bit of oil down through this engine, let it drain out.
Shut up and sit down.
Just a little bonus. Got an unboxing video of what we are going to replace that turbo with, since I don't want to risk running that until we know the bearings are clear. So, picked ourselves up by way of eBay. CX Racing T72 68 AR on the back end. This thing should do some work for us. Let me pull it out and I will show it to you in its glory. Here we go. Got the big guy here, the 72mm ball bearing. Right off of eBay. We'll see how it goes. Been running some name brand stuff, but just for kicks, we'll try this one out. See how it does. Big hoss. Still got the 68 AR hot side, so it should still spool just like the other ones. But I'm excited. Once I get the lifters in, we can put this back together. We're almost ready. I'm gonna end it here. Bad Grandpa is probably gonna get this engine in before the lifters get here. Let's get this thing installed.
Shut up and sit down.
Even getting that thing to just fit in the engine bay is going to be a fun little task, but we'll get it done.